Storm chasing is a wild and demanding journey. Even after all the forecasting, storms have a way of surprising you, being unpredictable and rendering hours or even days worth of driving unfruitful because the storm you picked didn't produce a tornado and the one that did is hours away. That just makes it much more rewarding when everything falls into place. Last year was a standout storm chasing season for me, where I was able to capture multiple awe-inspiring supercells and tornadoes. That success continued this season, where I was able to capture this photogenic and incredible monster of a tornado between Duke and Eldorado, Oklahoma, making May 23rd, 2024 my most successful chase to date. And I hope that you'll join me on my journey as we go through the footage and radio communication audio for that day. May 23rd, 2024 started off in Conway, Arkansas, where the plan was to drive 7 hours west to western Oklahoma to chase the southern part of the 5% risk area for that day, which is an area that the models were favoring. On the way there, the Storm Prediction Center released the following mesoscale discussion, which changed the plans slightly, so I headed to Shamrock, Texas, to wait for the storms to fire up there. And this paid off because on the way there, some storms were starting to fire up to the south that looked promising, so I headed that direction and ended up in Hollis, Oklahoma to watch some strong rotation from the clouds in that area.
Harmon 2 Hollis.
Harmon 2, go ahead.
Just be advised, we've got quite a bit of low rotation, about 2 miles north of Hollis.
National Weather Service is advising the tornado potential is now increasing just to the north of Hollis. Okay, by the pits.
While it tried hard, it luckily never developed anything over that populated area, but the potential was increasing, so I was definitely sticking with this one. So I started heading south to a road that would let me follow the storm eastward. After driving for a bit, I was able to find a road clear of the rain with a bit of a hill and a good view of the wall cloud. So I headed towards it to get a better view and hopefully some good shots as the intensity of the storm was increasing. There were a number of people there already, so I pulled in and began getting my camera equipment out to get some shots.
Back turn to the right. Warning remains in effect until 7:15 for west central Jackson and southeastern Harmon County. At 7 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was 6 miles north of Eldorado. It is nearly stationary. Tornadoes and baseball-sized hail. This is radar indicated rotation. Cape by the pit.
No, keep going. Let's get past these guys right here.
After getting the camera equipment set up, I was able to capture the following shots of what I believe is the first time the storm produced a tornado. With the clouds swirling above us and the tornado-producing storm slowly approaching, everyone started packing up and heading away.
All right, man 1, man 2, stay on our ass. Let's go. We see it. Right here in a half mile. Copy. We're pulling over right here.
I stayed a bit longer to see if it would produce a tornado again before doing the same.
To the next hill. Technically, so. Copy. It's moving pretty slow, so hopefully we'll be able to get a perfect view here and then just have our escape options as needed. 10-4.
As I was following the storm along one of the main roads, NWS confirmed that a tornado was on the ground, so I continued and looked for a road that would get me a better view.
National Weather Service advised the tornado is on the ground 10 miles west of Olustee, moving east-southeast. Cape Adakit.
Further down the road, many people had pulled over, likely due to the road closure up ahead, to observe the storm. But I decided to keep going on a route that would get me closer to the action, and I'm glad I did because I was able to capture this amazing footage of the tornado between Duke and Eldorado, Oklahoma.
National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Jackson, southeastern Greer counties till 8:15. At 7:25, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles northeast of Duke, moving east at 20. Golf ball size hail, 60 mile-an-hour winds. This is radar indicated. Cape Adakit.
One oncoming.
Tornado warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. for central Jackson County and southeastern Harmon. At 7:25, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 7 miles northeast of Eldorado, moving east at 20. This is a particularly dangerous situation. A damaging tornado. This has been confirmed by broadcast media.
Appreciate it. Line kill 10-4.
The tornado eventually dissipated as I pulled over to get some shots of it. It returned shortly after this, but I decided to continue down the road to get closer and see if there's a better vantage point.
Okay, we're going to get them out right after these cars with the lights on. I'm going to go left right here, Alec. We're going to go right in the grass here.
There were strong winds flowing towards the storm the whole time, but a sudden big gust of wind eventually snaps a piece of trim in half on the A-pillar of my vehicle.
Warning remains in effect until 8 p.m. for central Jackson County. At 7:32, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located 5 miles west of Relocating, moving east at 25. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Damaging tornado, confirmed by broadcast media. Locations impacted include Relocating and Duke.
I finally arrived at a muddy road that would allow me to follow the storm to the east with a good vantage point. So I pulled over at a dry patch on the road to observe and see if it would produce another tornado.
I think our only other road option was 6, and of course it's blocked.
That's 6 wide. Do we know where wide's blocked?
There were a couple dirt roads that headed east. They saw some
Bridge is out. I'm back here now.
go just as we were.
Bridge is out. Copy that.
We thought that.
There are some folks drove around it, but I'm not going to.
Time is 7:35 p.m. KB5LLI. Repeater.
Warnings which will include the city of Altus. On its current track, the tornado would approach the west side of Altus by 8 p.m. Okay, by the kids.
Nothing became visible at this location, either because the tornado didn't redevelop or the tornado became rain-wrapped. So I continued down the network of muddy roads until I reached paved roads again and continued looking for a good vantage point, and eventually found one where one of the Doppler on wheels trucks were.
National Weather Service says it is finally starting to weaken the decrease in rotation velocities. Okay, by the kids.
I hung out here a bit to see if anything would develop, but the storm was weakening and it was going to get dark soon, so I called an end to an amazing chase day and headed to a hotel to get some rest. I hope you enjoyed the video from this chase day. If you did, please be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, so you won't miss out on future chase videos. Thank y'all and have a good one.